episode 5. We are on episode 5, which is 5 more episodes than I originally thought was possible. But if you work hard, keep consistent, keep trying, you never know what's possible. So another 25 more to go after this. So let's keep going. Little wins. But anyway, episode 5 is about genes, and not closed genes. Bad joke, I know, but I just had to say. It's about genes in our body. And the reason why I find it so fascinating is because there's so much behind it in recent years that has changed the way we look at genes in our body. Now, to start off with is a bit of a background on genes. Now, we have the same DNA, so the same set of genes in each of our cells, ranging from our kidney cells to our heart cells to our skin cells to our neurons. So many very specialized different types of cells all have the same DNA. The only difference is the way or the which genes are turned on and off. So the different set of profile from a kidney cell to a heart cell. Same genes, but just some genes in them are turned on and some genes are turned off. And the different pattern of them form different cells. Well, funny enough, in recent years, there's actually a level above the so-called genome. It's actually called the epigenome, and in Latin actually means above genes. And it's actually the set of molecules that help to make a gene easily silenced or a gene easily expressed. It helps to either open up the gene so it can actually be transcribed and actually be expressed, to be utilized in simple terms, or that it helps to make it coiled up so it's less likely to be expressed and more likely to be silenced. And that's the focus of today's episode, of what comes to mind, because when I genuinely think of the concept of epigenetics, study of those molecules and how they affect gene expression, the capabilities are, one, incredible, but two, how pivotal our environment is. And you haven't watched the episodes early on in the series that talk about diet, exercise and psychology, and there's a link between all of these, because I mentioned the inflammation in the last episode, but when we talk about diet, exercise and psychology and how it affects gene expression, it is phenomenal to discuss, and I hope you guys enjoy what I'm about to tell you. Now, if you think about it, to help put it into perspective, the study of those molecules that affect gene expression. Look at twins, identical twins. Both of them have the same exact DNA, same exact gene expression, but over time, the way they look is different, what they like are different. There are similarities, yes, but there are more differences than similarities as they go on. That is because their gene expression actually changes. So sometimes the certain levels of genes, the level of that gene is different, but sometimes some genes can actually be silenced and some genes can be overexpressed that weren't there in the first place because of the changes the environment has on those molecules. And so many studies, which I want to put into the description box below, talk about where this complete disparity and change between identical twins start to help people realize how powerful the notion of epigenetics. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am, thanks. So that's the first time that's ever happened, but I'm still like in shock that just happened. I didn't want to record them for, privacy reasons, understandably, but that's the first time that's happened, which is pretty cool. They actually said they're going to subscribe, which is amazing. So if I'm a bit shocky with the rest of the video, it's because I hope you just heard that. So it's a nice feeling, of course. But back to our topic of epigenetics. Where these phenomenal changes occur due to epigenetics, it's actually from different forms of our environment. So what we see, hear, touch, eat, feel, think, they affect those particular molecules, which in turn affect how certain genes are expressed and overexpressed. So that's why I will keep going on about our nutrition, our exercise, our psychology, because they are so pivotal, not just for inflammation, which was in the previous episode, but how it actually affects our genetic profile. So it's that term called epigenetics. So let's look at that in a actual applied setting. So you have normal body function and you have a abnormal body function. And as we know, genes encode for proteins. The proteins kind of do the jobs of what we need to do in our body. Now say for example there's a protein encoded by a gene, and that protein helps to maintain cell structure, so it doesn't burn and disintegrate and then cause problems. When you are eating maybe something that's excessively inflammatory, it's actually affecting those molecules that affect that gene being expressed, and then in turn affect the protein that comes out of it at the end. So when you alter the gene expression because of this epigenetics, because something you've done to affect it, it's actually going to cause problems. So that's why a lot of diseases that we see and that I talk about, and that many people talk about, when there is a change in the epigenetic profile, so when there's a change in the molecules that affect how a gene is expressed, that can also serve as a marker or a problematic marker for diseases to start to progress or even occur in the first place. And that's why there's a lot of studies now, again, which I'll put in the description box for your pleasure, that are now focusing on looking at the epigenetic profile, not just the genetic profile. Because I want to add in here, I am not talking about mutations. That's something completely different. The gene is still there, but the level of expression changes or gets altered because of these molecules that look after or are around the DNA structure in the nucleus. So to help summarize and help hit the message I'm trying to get at with this video is our genes are incredibly powerful, yet they are so susceptible to change. Because if two identical twins can be so different over time just because of what they do, what they eat, or what they change, imagine the effect it has on us. So imagine how different we can be. So is that a message, if you want to take one message from today's video, is we can seriously alter the expression of our genes. We can't alter the genes, that's mutations. We can seriously alter the genes expression. And I try my best, and we all try our best, to alter them or improve it in a way that's beneficial to us, but sometimes naturally without realizing or even purposely, we alter the expression to what we do to a detriment to us. And this is a reminder to myself and a reminder to all of us that remember, our genes are incredibly powerful. And when I think of genes, I think of power and how much change we can cause for the better, not for the worse. So I genuinely want to hear, and I'm interested to hear your perception on genes, because how important do you think they are to you? How important have they been? Have you seen changes in yourself? And have you ever wondered, is that due to changes in gene expression? Sorry the sun was not out today, but I hope you had as much benefit in this video as you did the previous ones, and I hope you have in the future ones, which will be tomorrow. Enjoy, and let me know your comments in the comment section below. See you soon.